Alright, here are all the scores for war number 6, and as you guys can see there, GT40's streak did end. It actually ended within the first 25 fights. They dropped one to a Terox on node 20 with a Hercules. And Newn, I don't know how many fights they had cleared without dying, but it was over 100, I believe. And they ended up dropping one to a Void on node 26 and losing on time. So GT40 is 6-0 now, and they have died 3 times through 6 wars. Newn is 4-2 now. They're still the second best alliance this season. I think that this is their third, maybe their fourth one death clear in a row. So they're very, very strong. And then JA, had I done a little bit more prep, I could have told you for sure whether this is true or not. But I think that that might be the most deaths that they've had in a single war in 2 seasons. I'm not 100% sure because, again, I just kind of wing these videos. But they lose 7-4 against AF. AF, formerly MIBR, docked the previous 2 seasons in 4 of the previous 5 seasons. Very clean alliance, of course. And if you're taking bets on whether or not AF is going to get docked this season, the odds are like minus 2,000 or something like that. All right, TCN 3-5 against DSVG. Salty 1-8 against Legion. Legion, this is their second 8 death clear, which is definitely on the bad end for them. They also had 8 deaths against Newn in War 1, and they lost that. Every other war this season, I think that they've died between 1 and 3 times. So they're very, very good. They've just had a couple rough wars and paid the price in those wars because they're facing top competition. SSX 6-4 against PYCB. PYCB is now top 3 in-game. They're 5-1. And then my alliance, LVT, against PBT. LVT with 4 death clear, our second 4 death clear in a row, and our second loss in a row. PBT coming into this war had died 4 times, twice this season. That was their best clear of the season. And then, they put up a 1. So the last 300 fights against our defense, our opponents have died once. So good luck to everybody facing LVT. It seems like we're just going to be a huge confidence booster for you. And as a person that does our defense, I definitely take it personally. It makes me question whether or not I'm any good at it. It sure seems like I'm not. But I do know that our defenders are good. We've got, I think, probably 148 to 149 ranked 4 or higher defenders, so I don't really know what's going on. Very frustrating, pretty demoralizing, but yeah, we dropped to 4-2, and PBT improves to 5-1. They are also now in the top 3 in-game. And then XK9, 4-27. Hope you guys are proud, as always. Matrix, 3-9 against Lock C. Lock C finished last season in Master. I talked about how they probably aren't a Masters caliber alliance. No offense to those guys. They are now 1-5 on the season, with their war rating having been boosted from all their success last season against lower ranked alliances. And it sure seems like I was right, but tell me in the comments why I wasn't. Alright, GT40 and Newn stayed the same. TCN and Salty each up 1, leapfrogging JA with JA's pretty bad war. And I think that Salty has been the 3rd most impressive alliance this season, but TCN is barely ahead of them on points in this sheet, purely because they have that extra win. Alright, PBT, they're up 3, which is a huge jump. This sheet is like, oh my god, PBT is amazing. They're 5-1. They've definitely had a good season. A few of their early wins they got with a lot of deaths, and they're 12th in efficiency, as you guys can see. A good snapshot of where an alliance probably should be ranked is looking at their efficiency and their strength of schedule numbers and finding a median in there. That would peg PBT probably somewhere around the 10th or 11th best alliance. This sheet thinks that they're good because, again, it does account for wins. All right, and then PYCB also up 2, and you guys can see 11th in efficiency, 14th in strength of schedule. Pretty similar to PBT. They're probably more in line with the 12th or 13th best alliance in the world, but again, because they're 5-1 and this sheet does account for wins, they are getting a lot of love here from the sheet. And, as always, the sheet numbers will bear themselves out over the course of the season, right? PYCB and PBT are going to be facing the alliances at the top of the leaderboard. One of them, I can't remember which, matched GT40, and then I believe that the other one matched New Nation. So easily the two best alliances this season, and if PBT and PYCB come out with wins there, then obviously, you know, they have made significant improvements over the course of the season. If not, then they are going to drop in these rankings and probably fall more in line with where they should be. All right, and then SSX, they dropped 2 from 8th to 10th. You guys are going to see here that SSX is 1 spot above LVT, and I will explain why. So they're 4-2 now after their loss to PYCB, but they're 10th in efficiency and 12th in strength of schedule. And if we flip on over to the 11 through 20 bracket here, LVT has the same record as SSX, 4-2, slightly more efficient. They're 9th, SSX is 10th. And then 1 spot lower on the strength of schedule at 13th, SSX is 12th. The reason that SSX is higher rated is because the defense strength category, which is kills versus expected kills, and again, expected kills is basically your opponent's average deaths per war coming into a war against you. LVT is -6 expected kills on the season, and SSX is +11 total expected kills on the season across the first 6 wars. SSX ranks 3rd in that category, so they're getting a slight points bump because of that. And, you know, as I documented on the scoreboard screen, LVT, you know, people are just teeing off on us. I do wonder, it's been suggested that it might be because of these videos. Alliances see these videos, they feel like I shit-talked them or something like that, and they want to embarrass me personally by just, I guess, trying harder. I've never really understood that concept because as somebody who's hyper-competitive and cares solely about Alliance War, I try my very hardest every war, no matter who we're up against, but maybe that's not the case for other people. I'm not really sure. All right, AF with a 3-spot bump with their win over JA, but they're probably a little bit higher rated on this sheet than they should be. For Loki is, I think, perfectly nailed on this sheet. 15th overall, they're 3-3. 14th in efficiency, 16th in strength of schedule. Revad up 1, Chaos down 3, Paulo and HCE up 1, and then Gomv, as you guys can see, is down 2. So that's it, guys. Leave a like and a comment. Subscribe if you like these videos and you want to see them on your feed, and I will catch you in the next one.